Hi guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. We are still on our 75k challenge. So if you're not a part of that and you want to be, go back a few videos. The first one that says 75k, and I will tell you all the information there. I am going to be removing my eyelash glue during this video, so if that annoys you, I'm sorry, but I have something in my eye. I want to debunk some of the manifestation myths that I see that seem to never stop coming up. Okay. And we're gonna start with manifestation is getting whatever you want. Whatever means, don't matter. However it happens, does not matter. It's getting what you want, okay? When you manifest your SP, it does not matter if you met them on an online dating app or if they bumped into you, you spilled your coffee, and you basically had a full-on rom-com moment and y'all just met and magically get married. That is not the how and the why do not matter whatsoever, which is why you can say that you've manifested everything in your life, because you have, okay? Your thoughts led to this happening in your life. So I feel like I always get a little bit of pushback when things happen naturally, you know, where it's like people can say like, oh, that would have happened anyway, and they act like it's not a manifestation. Guys, that's still a manifestation, even if it's not falling from the sky. I feel like I've said that so many times. A manifestation does not have to fall from the sky for it to be a manifestation. It's a manifestation is literally just the end result of you getting it, and that's why they can be as big or small as you want. If you start manifesting, if you decide, I want to manifest seeing cows everywhere, every cow you see is a manifestation of you wanting to see more cows everywhere, of you telling yourself, I see cows everywhere, okay? It doesn't matter if those cows were already there. It doesn't matter if all of a sudden a truck full of cows has to pull over and so you see each one getting unloaded. It doesn't matter how crazy or how normal it is. It's still a manifestation of that. So I don't feel like any of you have the right to say like, oh, well, you didn't manifest that, it was gonna happen anyway. Because it doesn't matter. The how doesn't matter. And most likely, it wouldn't have happened that way. It happened because you're sitting there affirming for it. You're sitting there putting your focus on it, okay? And that leads me to my next thing, which is detachment. And I'm going to be so freaking for real with you. I do not believe most of the people that say that detachment is the method that works for them, especially when they are manifesting larger things, okay? If I said let's just use money. If I say, okay, I'm gonna visualize about money and then I'm detaching from that, you really think I don't even think I can go a full day without thinking about money. Like, how are you telling me that you detach from money and making money? Like, you're going to work, you're paying for stuff, like, unless you're like straight up not paying for anything, sitting in a little bubble where money does not exist, I really don't see how you would completely detach from money. And I think a lot of times they just mean like not having feelings towards it, not having strong feelings, but you're still thinking about money, you know? So I do not agree with the whole like detach, and like they say it for SPs and stuff too, and it's like, you're telling me as someone who does not have a significant other, you don't think about it whatsoever at all anymore. Like, I just don't believe that, because even back in the day when I was single and I didn't really want like a boyfriend or a significant other or whatever, like anytime I would meet someone cute, I would still, think, I don't know, that's a cute boy. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just detach from that completely. Like, you're still living on Earth. You're still going to be reminded of it. Now, what I do believe in is that people were on the road to getting their desires and had no more negative thoughts towards it, and so that's why I manifested. But like, genuinely, I think things come so much quicker when you put your focus on them and you just make sure you are thinking the right things about it. Now, there are also a lot of people in a lot of my comment sections on TikTok and on YouTube where they love to say it's not the thoughts, but it's the feelings. Like, you gotta feel things. And once again, I don't really agree with that. I think you can feel a lot of different things and it not really make a difference. Now, I do think feeling is like an avenue for it. Like, I think if you sit there and kind of meditate and you feel peaceful about something, it can help to move the needle along. But we're not really in control of our emotions, if we're being honest. I've said this before, I get really bad PMS, and so the like few days before my period and the few days after during my period, my emotions are so unbelievably all over the place, do not make sense. I hate everyone, I hate everything, I'm lazy, I'm unmotivated. Like, I mean, I really become like the worst version of myself for just a few days. Internally. Outwardly, I feel like I'm still doing my normal thing, but I'm saying like inside, I'm a Debbie Downer on the inside. If emotions truly were what moved manifestations like crazy, the week following my period would be like the worst week of my life, because I'm feeling like crap the whole time. I'm feeling down, but I keep my thoughts in check, even if I have the thought like, oh my gosh, everything sucks, I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, it's actually really, really great. You're just on your period. And I tell myself that, and guess what? It's no changes. Why? Because emotions aren't the biggest thing. It's legitimately your thoughts. Like I said, I do think you can use your emotions to push things along. I still really like Neville Goddard, and I do think that getting into a meditative state and pushing yourself to feel peace, feel joy, that kind of thing it's a good practice to do, and I think it works. But I think in general, your emotions don't really sway that much, unless you're in that kind of meditative state, to be honest. Now, if you're feeling like crap, and you're thinking like crap, that is when all of a sudden things are gonna start snowballing, you know what I mean? So just focus on the thoughts. You can control your thoughts. You can sit there and argue with your thoughts. You can have a nasty little thought and you can think, nope, not in my reality, but you cannot do that with your emotions. The emotions control you. You do not control your emotions for the most part. Obviously, you control your actions with the emotions, but if you're feeling hurt or something like that, it's going to be very hard for you to counteract that. So no one's expecting you to. Okay, let me think. This is not really a belief that I've heard a lot of people talking about, but I feel like it's just now starting to kind of pick up traction. There's a creator that said that like to manifest anything, you have to be in like some kind of brainwaves. Hold on, they're just playing. But you have to be in these certain brainwaves, so you have to listen to this like meditative music to get into the state where you can manifest. And since today is the Lion's Portal Gate, I will go ahead and say there is no, it's just not true. You can manifest whether you're in a meditative state or not. You don't need to listen to a certain type of frequency. You don't have to do it on the Lionsgate portal. You don't have to do it on the full moon. You don't have to do it any freaking time at all. It's just you go in every day, you monitor your thoughts. That's all you're doing, okay? You make sure you're thinking in line with what you want, and that's it, okay? It's so freaking simple, and stop making it complicated. All right, they are not playing very nicely, so I've got to go, but I hope you